Good morning, everyone. My name is Kaitlyn, and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a hair tutorial on how to blow dry and curl your hair. I have gone to school for hairdressing, so I've been in the industry, like I just pretty much graduated, but I was in school for a year. So yeah, come along. Okay, so we're gonna start off with blow drying my hair, because it's wet. Don't mind my hair, it has a bit of damage to it, but it's between my sleeping positions and just some chemical burns I've had done to it throughout the years. But we're gonna start off with products that you need to use on your hair, because it's an important thing to use product when styling your hair. Some of these are not necessary. The main thing that really needs to be used is heat protectant. That is a necessity when it comes to putting any heat on your hair. So what I am using right now, I've got the argan oil from Marc Anthony. So we're just gonna put a little tiny bit, it's like a cream, on my hand. We're gonna rub it in and then just put it in from roots to ends. And then once you've done it all throughout your hair, you're just gonna rub the excess stuff to your ends. So, and then I'm just gonna brush out my hair, that way it's nice and ready. So once again, argan oil from Marc Anthony. I will put it in the description below, any products I use through Amazon. So yeah. Another one I'm using is Grow Long Marc Anthony. It's a leave-in conditioner. I find leave-in conditioner is another necessity to use. Nice thing about this is it has a lock, so if you're traveling, then like you don't have to worry about it, like going all over your bag or anything like that. But once again, roots to ends, because that's a necessity, is another leave-in conditioner. Even if you put conditioner on in your hair, leave-in conditioner is just nice. It brings moisture back in your hair. But yeah. And then lastly, for products, I'm just using this up. It's a restoring serum spray. I do like this one. It's the Rich Repair from Goldwell. I do find it has, like, I've had less damage to my hair. And I'm just gonna spray a little bit of that. Make sure you shake it though, because it's like two different thing, like it's oils that are separated. And lastly, you're going to use a heat protectant before putting any heat on your hair. Currently, I'm using the Joico. Personally, it's not my favorite. One I really like is the Design Me Leave-In treatment, which is also a heat protectant as well as leave-in conditioner. So you got the 2-in-1 instead of having to buy a leave-in conditioner. But other than that, this one's by far my favorite. It is like a cream spray. This one just makes my hair feel drier, but another thing is I'm using those products, so it evens it out in my opinion. But this one by far is the best. So Design Me is a good brand to go with. They have leave-in conditioners, a whole curl line, a volume line. But yeah, they're a great brand. We had those during school. We'll continue to purchase from them in the future and once my Joico is gone. So now that all the products in my hair, we're going to start blow drying. As you're not going to be able to hear me over it. I'm just going to explain what I'm doing and then just show you with it a little speeded up. I have a thermal mat because I don't want to ruin my desk or my table. So this, you put your hot tools on. And then this is my hair dryer. This is not a need. This was like $200-300. Just go with a simple hair dryer. You don't need a fancy one. The only reason I have this is because I am a hairdresser. So I have, it costs more money, which is a necessity for me. But you're basically, when you're doing it, either you can do it, depends on how thick your hair is. I usually start with 2 sections, which I will be right back because I need a clip. So I'm going to clip up half my hair, and when you're drying it, because I'm going to curl my hair anyway, I'm going to brush with my hair, hold my hands down with my fingers in my hair, because then it's making my hair more straight. As you can see right here, the damage is fine. I'm growing the one side out, so eventually I will have a fresh haircut. I just don't like my hair this short. It's a lot shorter than what I'm used to. But yeah, so you're gonna brush with your fingers through your hair with the hair dryer. So yeah. Okay, so I did have my hair. It's still a little damp, but not too bad. My hair is not naturally this straight. I have, throughout the years, destroyed my curl pattern. Like, it was more waves, if anything. I still do have it, but I'm more frizzy. So this also helped tame some frizz. But now, see, this is why, like, this side is a little more damaged, which is fine. I'm growing it out. Anyway, but if you can tell on this side, which I put more effort and time into, it's a lot straighter, which is what we want. So now I'm going to get to the top, and we'll see you then. Okay, so my hair is not 100% perfect, but that's fine, because everyone's hair is going to be different anyway, but it doesn't have to be perfectly straight. So, I'm not 100% done, but I'm getting my curling iron because it needs to heat up. Do not do 400, please don't, unless you have like really, really thick, coarse hair. You don't need 400. We're not making our hair as cookies or whatever you cook at 400. Like, no, we're not frying our hair off. So, plug in your thing, your curling iron, sorry. Turn it on. Mine is at 280. You can do around 300 if you want. You don't need it that high. Not to, no. So, we are going to finish blow drying, and then by then, the curling iron should be heated up. So let's get back to blow drying my hair. Okay, I'm back. My hair is now dry, or at least 99% dry, but, like, that's more at the top than needs, like, it's still slightly, only a little bit. So now we are going to section our hair, because even with curling, I find I need sectioning. Some people can go right into it and do it, but I just find it's like too much in my opinion, especially if you're still learning to curl. You don't need to do it all at once. I've been curling for my hair for over a year, maybe 2 years now. And I still prefer to section it. It's so much easier, tidier. You can see where you need to fix up that curl. And one other thing we're going to need is hairspray. Doesn't matter which one. I've had this one for a while. It's the Tresemme, I think, brand. The extra hold, I like four or five. But I also don't use a ton of it because you're spraying it away from the head. You're not going right up at the front. But that's something you also want. Because even with it, your hair is, yes, going to, like, shift during the day. Like, it's not going to be as curly as it was in the morning or the next day. But that's fine because it still looks nice, but it also, with the hairspray, will last longer. So it won't go, like, it won't lose its shape as quickly. So, when we're curling our hair, make sure it's hot, but not too hot. If you can feel it, or like, because mine's like this far away from my face, I can feel the heat right now. So I know it's hot enough. You're going to section your head into what you had already, and you're going to split it into two sides, because it looks a lot nicer when you have it going together and instead of going one way, because it just looks like you're, like, that's more, I would say, like, for events and stuff like that, but every day, you don't need it. So, you're going to grab a little section of your hair. So I got my section of hair. And I don't think that's part of my section. No. Ignore this piece that's growing. What way are we turning the straightener? You're going to have the clamp facing away from your, like, facing the way your face is facing. How do I explain this better? Facing your mirror, because I would assume you're going to use a mirror. And you're going to pull away from the face. There are a few ways of doing it. You can either just keep spinning, like I usually do, or you twist it and then grab more hair. And I just find that a little more difficult. It's better with thicker hair. It's still a nice style, but I prefer having it all in one, unless you have really, really, really long hair. But also twisting it and holding it while twisting the rest of it makes your curls longer. So, like, that's what the twist does to it, which is still nice, but I prefer fully curling it. So I'm going to go back over and grab it. Away from the face, because you don't need a crease mark. So I currently have my mirror right above you, which is easier to see than through my phone. But you just hold it there for a minute, and quickly I just give it a little twirl, and you're gonna leave it there. And do the next one. Same thing, facing away from the face. And turn. You're gonna do this all the way. That one got loose. But you're gonna do this all the way to the top of the head. As you're not gonna change anything really. And I'm gonna hold it there. Depending on the person, it can take 20 to 30 minutes usually. Depending on how long your hair is and thickness. Like, my hair is not very long and also not very thick. So it doesn't take me a while to do my hair. So now we're on the opposite side of the head. You're still slicing it in half. The only difference is we're turning it the other way. So your clamp still in front, but you're turning away from the face, just the opposite side. So I'm gonna leave it here for a second and drop. This side always has its curls a little funny for me, just because both sides have, in my opinion, two different textures, which is fine. It's the underneath, so it doesn't show for me as much. I would care more if my hair was a little longer. But we're going to hold it there. And drop. Okay, so for my underneath, I only need 4 sections. My middle is about 10, and my top is about 6 to 8, depending on the day. So now you're gonna take my hair, not my hairspray, but your hairspray. My can is very hairspray-y, just because I've used it for so long. You use your arm length and just start spraying at it. Because when you spray, sorry, I just ate hairspray. It doesn't matter how long I've been doing hair. I can't stand the taste right now. But if you put, and I'm not going to do it to my hair because I don't feel like doing it. If you spray like right here, your hair is going to be 1, really hard. 2, when you brush it out, it does not matter how much you brush it. You are going to have clumps of hairspray in your hair. You're going to feel clumps. So you don't want that. So use arm distance, or even if not, do half an arm if you want a little bit more hairspray. I just like it because it's less texture in my hair, not as stiff. I could go down, but I find it just doesn't hold as well. So I'm going to get on with the rest of my head, and then we'll be back. I just finished my hair. It looks very interesting right now, but just to make sure I got all of it done, you're gonna brush it out anyway. I kind of look like a rag doll. If I do actually find a photo that looks like like what my hair looks like right now, I'll put it here. It might not even be a rag doll. It might have been a historical. It's hard to remember which one exactly. But right now, the back of my hair looks like this. It's not usually the prettiest, like right down the middle. But the thing is, when you're doing it on yourself, you're pulling it away from your head, so you're not like behind the chair, able to make it look nice and pretty for before photos, if you wanted photos. But we're just gonna let it sit for a bit to for like the spots that I just recently did. But I'm gonna go over what I will brush my hair with. So I have 3 items that you can use. I can find the third one. Okay, so you can either use a hairbrush or a comb. Sometimes the combs are actually better to do it with. So I have a vent brush, which if you're going to use a brush, I would say the vent brush is the best one to go with because it's got space in between it and it's not like each and every bristle is side by side by side. So there is space to not have it become a mess in your hair. Another one I would recommend is a wide tooth comb. Anyone you find or have, these are I find are better than this because it comes with better results. You can get in there like underneath and get out everything. And lastly, this is like a pick, like a wide tooth comb, but in a pick form. I would go in between these. This one I usually do when I was at work. But this one's usually at home. But either or, I find work very, very similarly. I do prefer this one, as you can go down, but then this one to go under, like, underneath and get out any clumps. So, I will be back in, like, 5 minutes, and I will show you the results while brushing the hair. So I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. It's been about 10 minutes, which is longer than I said I would be, but it is fine. So I'm gonna use my pick, and I start from right where the base of the curl, the start of the curl usually is, and just pull. Not too hard, but enough to get a good brush through. Personally, with my curls, I like them to go down, to have it more at the front, and then more, like, go down more at the base. But, like, these are good curls, luckily. Throughout the day, they'll go down a bit. But this helps spread out a bit of the hairspray. And you can also use your fingers, but I find fingers are just not usually the best. So we're going to grab this one now and go back through it. And put it behind the ear and get like a ponytail and just, if you can tell, and just pull it and keep lifting it up until you have no more resistance with your hair, and then go back down. And there you go. So this is how my hair turned out. And if you look at the back, it doesn't matter that there was a line down the middle. It still all goes together perfectly fine. Or at least I hope. But I believe it does. Usually it does. So hopefully today it's not going to let me down. But hopefully this helped you in any way, whether you're a beginner, still trying to just get used to a different way of using the curling iron. So, because some people use without a clamp. So, like going like that. Don't remember what it's called. But hopefully this helped you in some sort of way, whether it's trying to explain it to someone that's still getting to know how to use hot tools, or whether you're just trying to learn a new skill. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. Let me know down below what kind of videos you'd like to see in the future, and whether you like this video or not. Feel free to check out my TikTok. It's Kaitlyn.Clark6. I post pretty regularly on there. A lot of transitions. Same thing with my shorts. But post more on my TikTok than I do with with YouTube Shorts. But feel free to subscribe, and have a great day. Bye!